Right, g'day guys, and welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation, and some would say the world. As always, I have Brandon, Dan, and James with me today. We're here to talk about all things sports, so sit back and enjoy. So, boys, how you been? Dan, we'll start with you, mate.
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Had a pretty relaxed weekend. Went to the pub on Saturday, sank a few beverages with these two lads, and won a few horse races, and
Yep.
had a good win on Sunday as well. We'll probably get into that a bit soon.
We will shortly, mate. That's the way. How about you, Brandon? How you doing?
Oh, just wanted to let all the listeners know I'm now forklift certified. That's right.
when?
That's
Whoa.
right.
Ladies,
all right.
keep your pants on.
Yeah, I know, ladies. I know you're watching, all the millions of fans. So, that was been my weekend.
Has just gone up.
Bit of golf as well, but got sunburnt on my calves, which was tough.
Because your calves are so big,
Yeah,
dude.
well, I do go to the gym as well, ladies. But good weekend. Yeah.
That's the way. How about you, James?
I feel all powerful. I am in the big seat here. This is my podcast now. I control everything from here. But I'll let Lucas still host it just because I'm polite like that.
He's a nice bloke like
Yeah.
that. Well, that's the way. And yeah, look, I'm pretty good too. I've had two pretty good weekends on the punt in a row,
Mate, I think you've had about 5
which is
good
good.
weekends in a row.
Well, that's the thing. We're about to dive straight into some accountability. Now, believe it or not, guys, I've now gone 5 in a row. I know. I'm on fire at the moment. But was it last? It might have been last Wednesday when the fields came out for Flemington Saturday. I messaged our group chat and I said, boys, I have found the easiest bet of the weekend, even easier than, backing Amelia's jewel. But I found the easiest thing here. I said, Star Patrol is a Flemington Straight track specialist. He absolutely flies down the Flemington Straight and he will bolt in. Got to say, I was a bit nervous about the 200-meter mark when he had some company, but mate, that last 150, he exploded away to win by a comfortable 1.5 lengths. So, yeah, guys, geez, 5 in a row. Who can stop me?
Yeah, the presence of punting excellence at the moment. You've actually equaled my 5 in a row and going for the 6, eh?
Were yours all horses too?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
What a genius! What a genius!
I may have had one paying as much as all your horses. No,
he was also doing it. Not even in the carnival season, guys. He was doing off fucking season racing.
I'm a punting expert.
But
But
I was one of the fans that managed to get lucky on your tip because it fucking saved my day.
Yeah. How much you have on him?
Well,
If
90.
you don't mind. 90 on Jesus Christ. On good old Star Patrol. I got to say, though, mate, like, that thing loves the Flemington Straight. Whenever I see it, I don't care if it's against, who's another straight track specialist? Nature Strip or a Bivouac. If he never raced Bivouac, but if he did, I would back Star Patrol. I'm going to pick him in the champion sprint at the end of the spring carnival just because all his best performances are on a straight track. But anyway,
okay.
Leachy, take it away, mate.
Well,
Brandon Leach.
we talked about it last week, one of the best horses in Hong Kong came over to Australia to race, and it did not live up to the hype. J-Mac decided not going to whip the horse either, so that was pretty tough. But it got to a decent spot, and then out of nowhere, like we'll talk about it later, but Gold Trip just flew down. But I think there's definitely more to come from Romantic Warrior in Australia if they continue to chase the plate and the cap or whatever it's going for.
Cox plate, matey, Cox plate, but yeah.
But
right. That's
tough,
the way.
tough.
That's the way. That's all right. We'll get into it. Dan, mate, take it away.
Mate, I feel like Penrith before this year's final series. Because this week, I'm going to be going for the fucking three-peat. I'm back to back, baby.
Back to
fucking back.
The man.
I spent 29 weeks losing, and now I'm back to back. Boys, I'm coming for yous.
Oh,
We need a
good, mate.
sound warning.
Sound
Volume
warning for that.
Sound headphone
Right
users.
Right before
Fucking-
then.
Shane Van Gisbergen, I didn't actually watch the end of the race, but, he got the dub for me and got the back-to-back,
Yeah, good.
On you, Shano.
You're
Thank
On
you,
you,
Shane
Shano.
Van Gisbergen.
now up to 2 wins and
And,
about $4 odds.
What was that guy's name?
Richie.
Da, 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 da.
Richie.
Max Verstappen.
Wrong sport. Yeah, I can't remember his partner's name, but yeah, shout outs to you too.
Can't even remember the bloke who won you a bet. Come on.
Sorry, guys.
Now, last but not least, Jim's Jam. Take it away, sir.
Yeah, I was quite unlucky. It's just apparently King's Gambit wanted to finally let us see the results of his potential that had been hanging around in all these second and thirds. Osmosis just wasn't up to speed. It hurt.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, it did. And then, last but not least, we had the listeners' bet from Punting Lords. They went England minus 22.5 in the Union. And look, unfortunately, didn't come off. But Punting Lords, thank you for that, mate. If you've got another one for us this week, make sure you let us know. Now, we'll get into the horse racing because we've got a fair bit to go through, obviously being the Spring Carnival. I think the best place to start was with that race that Osmosis was in. Ooh. So the Roman Consul Stakes. It's a bit weird because I think the Osmosis bubble burst a bit. He had all the favours up front, him and Royal Tribute from the Waterhouse and Bott stable. They went at a relatively slow speed for the grade of race they were in. So usually that means, a back marker won't be able a jog and a sprint. But the only race all day, I think, the leaders came off the fence, and Tommy Berry on King's Gambit, they rode him completely upside down. So this is apparently a new thing they're doing with Gambit. The Snowden brothers said, Peter and Paul Snowden said, out of a gate, we're going to hold on to him, drag him back to last, and give him something. And in the race, you saw King's Gambit still wanted to, as he's done in every race, pull his head around, swing his head back and forth. And a colt. But that spot on the fence opened up and Tommy Berry's just shot up there. Everything's getting asked to go and King Gambit and Berry motionless. Tommy Berry flies up the inside rail, couple of whips on the backside and wins comfortably by about 1.5. Now, I'm like King's Gambit's biggest fanboy because when was it? It was like even before the Golden Slipper at the start of the year, where I was telling you blokes, or Brandon in particular, that King's Gambit's the next big thing. King's Gambit. You boys catch that race?
Yeah, well, we're at the pub, and Dan has spoken previously, and it was, I think I was on Osmosis as well, but it was sad to see it lose for the multi and everything, because that was the first race out of them all, and James let us down on the
yikes,
big yikes.
But yeah, King's Gambit looked pretty good, and maybe you were onto something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe he knows a thing or two about horses. I don't know.
It just took it a few months to fucking kick into gear.
Yeah. But so the Peter and Paul Snowden said the Everest was too quick, obviously being 7 days later. He's a 3-year-old colt who any sort of noise and 5,000 people at the races and this thing, like, he melts, he sweats up, he freaks out. The Snowden said we couldn't imagine him with 50,000 because it would be ridiculous how bad he'd go. So they reckon in 12 months' time, we will be seeing King's Gambit Everest.
How do you think they'll practice for that? Just like play heaps loud music and cheers.
It's funny you say that because I listened yesterday to a podcast and they believe in this horse so much, they rate him that much, that every time that they took a horse to a track, whether it be Wyong, Newcastle, Gosford, Randwick, they would bring him just for the race day feel. They would just send him, mate. They'd go, if they've got a Wednesday meet, a Friday meet, a Saturday meet, he'd be at every single one of them just to give him that feeling of being at the races to try to settle him down.
What they got to do is like bring him to like a local pub where there's people just go.
Or if any of the breeders by any chance are listening to this, just fucking geld him.
Yeah.
Just geld him, mate.
Probably...
Let him run around. Don't retire him as a fucking 4-year-old. Let the people enjoy these horses. Don't just send him off to stud and have him fucking humping all day. That'll shit me up.
Cut off his balls already. Fucking
seriously. Seriously though, that calms him down. It calms him right down.
It'll calm me down.
Yeah, I reckon everyone will be pretty calm if your balls are cut off.
You got nothing to get going. Anyway, look, next up at Rose Hill, we'll look at the $2 million Hill Stakes. It's a Group 2 over 1,900 metres worth $2 million. That's more than the Turnbull was at Flemington, which is bloody crazy.
ABL.
But Montefilia, he was near last in the run, comes into the straight about 5 lengths off Hu Yamal with 300 metres to go, and still somehow flew home to get her first win while being trained by Chris Waller. She used to be trained by David Payne and now trained by Chris Waller. So, did you boys catch that one? Were you on her?
Yeah,
or?
so it's a story of my day. I was on Hu Yamal.
I'm pretty sure both of you were, weren't you?
Yeah,
Hu
I can't
Yamal,
remember who I was
osmosis. Oh my God, we're not very good at this.
We listened to the PG Moody podcast and they were talking about Hu Yamal, like he was going to win. And I'm like, well, we might put a little bit of a bet on it.
I think Hu Yamal got to the front a bit too soon. Like he was at the front, 400 metres out. He turned the corner and he'd made his move. And he sort of just, it looked like he almost got lost up there. Like, oh, fuck, when do I stop? When do I
have
get
to
going?
win the race? What the?
Because it's not like, I think Hu Yamal's won one race ever. And it was back in the UK. So, winning's not natural, second nature to him.
Somewhat
who were you on,
like
Dan? Were you on anyone there?
the Tigers.
I probably was on someone, but I can't remember who I was on.
You're probably on the winner, mate, Montefilia.
Montefilia was the favourite, eh?
She was, yeah. Oh, yeah, her and Hu Yamal traded,
I was about to say, I think Montefilia went in at 350 and Hu Yamal was closer to
480,
4.
something.
Yeah.
What race was it?
The Hill Stakes, Rose Hill.
What number?
Oh, I think it was race 7 or 6, maybe.
I think you're right, like a bit
I was on
past 450.
The protagonist.
I thought you were going to tell us the odds of Hu Yamal, but thanks, mate.
Protagonist was about 620.
Yeah, he flew up the inside, that bloke.
Hu Yamal was... Oh, never mind.
It was one of those bets where hindsight kicks in and you go, oh, wow, that was an easy trifecta.
Yeah. Yeah. What time were you folks at the pub for the first race at Flemington at about 12:30?
No.
Ooh.
We were having a little bit of a swing at the driving range, man, James.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, the first 2-year-old race in Melbourne this season happened at Flemington down the straight, and James Harron Bloodstock. So you'll notice his horses. They have the dark green silks with like the gold shoulders. Now James Harron and his Bloodstock team, they have super expensive colts. That's their thing. They get these colts, they win a couple of good group races with them, and then they shuttle them off to stud and just start making money. But the 2-year-old Bodyguard, that's the horse's name, $1.6 million worth of him, flies down the Flemington Straight. Now, I watched the pre-parade in the yard and all. This thing looked like he looked 5 million, let alone 1.6. He looked so bloody fantastic. I was on him. My father-in-law was on him, and he wasn't forward in the run. He was back of midfield. A gap opened with about 400 to go. Craig Williams shook him a few times. No use of the whip, but he exploded through this gap to win by about 2.5 lengths. It was really impressive to watch. So if you guys get a chance, make sure you watch Bodyguard.
Back it before it goes to starter.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I usually do not like backing 2-year-old races just because, like, you could be out of Winx or Black Caviar. You could be one of their daughters or sons, but you could be a donkey.
Yeah.
They could have just spent 5 million or 2 million on you for the sake of it.
Half of them look like they're running like King's Gambit, like everywhere, like just running left, right.
It's ridiculous colts, mate. That's what it is, yeah. Dan.
Yes.
This is one I've got for you here. This is one I've got for you. So, Life Lessons defeats Princess Grace Princess Grace and Co. in the Rose of Kingston Stakes. Now, Dan told us his best horse of the weekend was going to be Princess Grace, and I told Dan last week, do not take the Amelia's Jewel form for granted. Because Life Lessons was right there with Amelia's Jewel until she wasn't, even though Amelia's Jewel was looked to be in cruise control. But I told Dan, Life Lessons, mate, respect the form, and he didn't, and he learned the hard way. Isn't that right, Dan?
Yeah, I definitely did learn the hard way.
Hey,
Luckily, James has already let us down for the horse racing multi.
That's true. But the best part was, I back Princess Grace too. So who's the real dope here?
Oh,
I can say all I want.
I couldn't touch it at $1.60. I can't remember what I bet on, but yeah, neither of them.
That's the thing. Like her previous starts, she was going neck and neck with Alligator Blood and Mr. Brightside. She drops down to mare's grade. You think, and even at first up, she goes neck and neck with Fangirl and Zaki, Alligator Blood and Brightside. They're 4 of the best milers in the country. And she goes to a mare's grade and, she will never get my dollars again. I'll tell you that much.
Ever.
Yeah.
Maybe this week I might listen to you, and just switch my bet at the last minute.
Maybe. Yeah, good idea, yeah. Now, the Bart Cummings has run on Saturday as well at Flemington, over 2,500 metres. That is a win and you're in race. Golden ticket to the Melbourne Cup. Future History with a huge front-running performance wins that from First Immortal and Interpretation that was flying late. So congratulations to Future History and Co. getting into the Melbourne Cup.
Work.
Yeah,
Make some future history.
Big stuff. Hey. I think it's pretty decent odds to win.
Ooh, I was on First Immortal, so yep. Good.
Yeah. He was looking good. He sort of slowed down the last 80 or so, though. He looked like he hit a wall. But then we come to the Turnbull. Now, Romantic Warrior, they went very fast in this race. So even though the finish of Gold Trip was fantastic, the fast pace that was set up for the back markers was massive. So West Wind Blows, who is a UK stayer that's come over for, a couple of the cups, even possibly the Cox Plate. So he took off at about the 1,200 metre mark, 3 wide. Really ignited some pace into that. And according to James McDonald, Romantic Warrior did not take kindly to him going past him and he started playing up. They came into the straight. West Wind Blows kept staying on for second place, but watching that race and seeing Gold Trip, that 200 metre burst was ridiculous. I couldn't believe what I was watching, seeing his turn.
Turn of foot was amazing, yeah.
Just came out of fucking nowhere.
No, he was dead last on the turn as well. Dead last.
The Melbourne Cup winner right there, / maybe a plate winner.
Look. Prior to the race, you see, here we go. Here I go again. It's about to be an absolute tool. Earlier in the day, did you see me and Luke's messages? So we were saying to each other in our horse racing chat, how is Gold Trip $21 in this and 51s in the Melbourne Cup? And we've gone, let's have a $5 on him for a double. So that day, Turnbull into the Melbourne Cup. And he's now into, 4th or 5th favourite in the Melbourne Cup. So, and it was 457 to 1.
Yeah, you would have been happy enough just having 5 on it.
Today or that day. Yeah, bloody oath, mate.
I want to question J-Mac's writing on that day, and I want to call horse racing fixing because where'd the whip go? Come on, J-Mac.
Don't hate J-Mac too much.
I will.
He's lost me a lot of money.
I will also hate the trainers and the owners who probably said, you know what, just pull it up for this race. We'll go harder the next.
Well, that's the thing. They said coming into the race he was only 90% fit, Romantic Warrior. James said at the 250 when Matt Hill, the commentator, said he's not moved yet, I thought, here we go. But then when, only seconds later, J-Mac tried to push the button and there was nothing there.
Yeah.
And J-Mac says, that brief period in the middle where West Wind Blows went past him and he started playing up and pulling, he's that's really screwed him over big time. Yeah.
Maybe he should have just went for it when West Wing went, and then win the race.
that little 10% of it not being healthy obviously was playing on it.
Yeah. But look, I'd still say do not get off Romantic Warrior. He's still well on track for a Cox Plate. I think Amelia's Jewel's going to the Golden Eagle. From reports today, Simon Miller said his head says Golden Eagle, but his heart says Cox Plate. Unfortunately, the owner sees the $10 million worth of Golden Eagle compared to the $5 million of the Cox Plate. If I can get double the prize money and go versus a bunch of 4-year-olds and beat up on him, he'll probably do that. So Sweet as. Well, look, I suppose that'll cover us for the for the horse racing part.
One more horse racing. Did you see that Jaywick won the race at 100?
Oh, bloody hell.
I wish I was on that.
And bloody Cody was on it. How good is that?
How's that? So Cody's gone from backing, $1.80 favourites putting $500 on him to $180 horses putting.
Genius.
Did you guys remember the Gold Coast race? The jockey that fucking fell off.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear anything about that, Lucas?
No, when was this?
I think it was race 2 or 3 at Gold Coast.
They pushed the race back like the next.
It's a Goldie on Saturday.
Yeah.
You mean Sunshine Coast?
It was Gold Coast.
Pretty sure Gold Coast Poly. Or whatever
I think it was Gold Coast. Yeah.
Oh, the Poly track. Yeah.
Yeah, jockey fell off, and I'm pretty sure the horse fell over as well.
Yeah, it was one of the Callows, I think, maybe Stacey Callow.
Yeah,
possibly. Yeah. I tell you what, you know where it's easy to make money?
Where's that?
The fucking Poly track, dude, up in Queensland. But if you just back a favourite, I swear to God, it wins every time.
I thought you were gonna say following us on Dabble.
Seriously though,
back everything Lucas is backing in the spring carnival.
now, blokes. This Saturday coming up is being touted as Australia's greatest race day. Caulfield Guineas Day, obviously down at Caulfield, and then you've got the world's richest race on turf, the Everest, at Randwick in Sydney. 50,000 people going to be there. For a racing fan. For racing fans, it does not get better than this. I cannot wait. All right, boys. So I think it's time we look at the Everest field for Saturday. So 4:15 p.m. and the, in my opinion, most exciting race in Australia kicks off. Now the field, we'll go through the field. So I'll go through slot holder and then the horse. So for the Star and Arrow field, you've got Marzu. For Newgate Farm, you've got Think About It. Trackside Media NZ, you've got I Wish I Win. James Harron Bloodstock has taken Godolphin Cylinder. The Tab have Buenos Noches. The Australian Turf Club have Overpass. Godolphin has In Secret. Max Whitby and Neil Werrett have Private Eye. Aquis Stud Farm has Hawaii 5-0. Coolmore has Shinzo. Chris Waller Racing has Espiona. And then Yulong Investments has got Alcohol Free. So that is an absolutely top-class field of sprinters there. Now, I would say, in my opinion, barring maybe 3 horses, I think all could win except for 3 horses. I'm not potting them. I don't think they're up to the level. But Alcohol Free, I really don't think she's a top-class sprinter in Australia. Winning sprints in the UK compared to winning sprints in Australia is a different thing. Marzu, I think, needs the ground wet. And In Secret, she's much better up the straight than around a bend. But I want to get your blokes' tips in this one. Keep in mind, the barrier draw is in about an hour's time from when we're recording this. So we're playing...
Could be anything.
If for example, if Dan picks Private Eye, but Private Eye draws barrier fucking 12, he's probably going to pick something else because it can be hard to win from barrier 12. But anyway, Dan, I want your pick first, mate.
Oh, fuck, you've put me on
And I want a why.
Ooh.
You're a real cunt, you know that, right? I might go Overpass.
Why?
I don't know why.
Nice.
No, I just like Overpass as a horse. I think it's a good horse, but
yeah.
I know something.
Good pony.
Probably one of your boys' things will win. I know someone's going to go, I Wish I Win.
Mate, I think Overpass is for sure one of the ones that can win because he seems to be the only genuine horse there with speed that will go to the front. And if he can get it easy enough, couple of sectionals in the middle, he could be too hard to chase down if he gets a breather mid-race. So he's sure in it. What about you, Brandon?
Eddie, Overpass.
Well, look, Lucas, I just want to bring it up. The obvious horse you missed was Giga Kick, the last winner of the Everest. Arguably the best horse. What would beat this field heads down? But
Brandon,
I Wish I Win goes Bushka.
Geek's not here, so I'll have to pick another horse. I won't be picking I Wish I Win. I'll be thinking about it.
Oh. Okay.
I'll think about it. I think, good horse, also in great form as well. So we'll see the big day, I guess.
I think he's won all but one start. So
Yeah.
he's a serial winner, a serial pest and a serial winner. What about you,
Just like
James?
me.
Who's your pick?
So I was all over Think About It probably a month ago for this race. But the last start, it just sort of just crept home. Last week, it trialled pretty poorly from accounts. I haven't watched the trial, but from accounts, it was poorly. There's been a bit of an excuse that it was pretty hot and it got a bit cooked in the I can't even think of the word now.
The ring.
No,
The
no,
race?
getting a horse to the
Oh, yeah, parade.
like
Or parade or-
it's
In the
like when you're driving.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
in the trailer.
in the truck.
Yeah, trailer, whatever. Who knows? Yeah. Anyway, they said it was hot Sydney day on the road, got a bit overcooked and stuff, but it's a bit concerning. So I think you'll probably be on the same page as me here. I'm all over it, all over the place right now. But yeah, I wish I win.
I wish I win. Is that
I wish I
right?
win
but-
too.
A Ruffy Shinzo.
Ooh. Well, Chris Waller did say during. He said it today. I want to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
He said, "You guys are forgetting Shinzo. He pulled up lame after the Golden Rose, first up over 1400. Pulled up lame. He's best. He's right in the finish here for sure.
Yeah,
Now-
and I think before today, $16.
Yeah,
I'll be on that.
100%, mate. Good odds. I'm tossing up my picks. Gee, I really like Hawaii 5-0, and I like him third up into this. Yeah, you look, Hawaii 5-0 is going to be my pick. He duked it out with Think About It a few weeks ago. First up, then he came out. Did he win a few weeks ago?
Crazy. No, I don't know.
I can't remember.
I'm-
Something about that sounds familiar, but
I'm having an absolute mind blank, but look, my tip is going to be Hawaii 5-0. And yeah, my roughie, if there is pace on, although it is unlikely, Espiona is an absolutely huge chance with pace.
Now, hear me out, lads. We've picked 4 horses.
Six.
Well, you guys picked 6. But if we put all those into a multi, into a first 4, my God, I think those odds are going to get us
First
another win.
4, why not?
I think so.
And-
That could be our
First
horse
4?
racing multi this week. Will be
6 horses in the first 4.
How good's that? No good?
Log it in.
Log it in.
All right. Yeah, look, once again, guys, 4:15 on Saturday. There will be many of eyes on a TV screen.
You'll be on a phone screen.
I'll be on a phone screen, but there'll be many of eyes on a TV screen for what is quickly turning out to be the best day of racing in Australia.
Oh, you know what? Blonde moment. Float. It's a
Float.
float.
It's a horse
fucking
float.
float.
Ah, jeez.
Spune. All right, James, I'm going to be straight up here, dude. I'm
Yeah.
going to hand this right over to you to the One Day World Cup. I'm just going to leave you with this. Why did we take a severe lack of spinners?
Yeah, why do we take one specialist spinner that is out of form?
Where's my boys' amps?
That is our out of form specialist.
Shows how much I know.
So
My
the
boys' amps.
so the 3 spinners from India took 6 for like combined. So it was a spinning deck. There's been a bit of mixed decks around the grounds, but yeah, we funnily enough got a spinning deck against India in the opener.
Nice.
Yeah, their 3 spinners got 6 wickets. Our spinners got 0. If you include Maxwell, I don't know how many overs he bowled. I can't say I was up to the wee hours of the morning watching the end of the game. But yeah, it was a bit of a tough game to watch. Marsh had an absolute stinker. I don't know if you guys heard about it.
Nope.
So
Was any out very
yeah,
early,
out for a duck off 6.
Nice.
Other than that, our batting wasn't looking too bad, although a bit slow with Warner and Smith scoring some decent runs, both around the 40s. But yeah, we just plodded along to a 199, not even cracking 200.
Yes.
But Starkey and Hazelwood, two of the best white ball bowlers in the world, we had them 3 for 2.
Jesus.
Did we really?
We had them 3 wickets for 2 runs.
Yeah.
And then we dropped Kohli when they were 3 for 19.
Wow.
So we could have had them 4 for under 20. Unfortunately, it was Kohli and I can't remember the other batsman's name off the top of my head. Give
Rahul.
me. Rahul.
What,
They,
Dravid?
No.
nah, may as well have been because he was not getting out at all.
Defensive
Have you seen a man win a game with a 6 and been disappointed because he wanted to hit a 4 because then if he hit another 6, he could have got 100.
Is that what he did? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
He
He's
finished
like
on 97.
almost crying because he didn't get his 100, which is very selfish, very Indian cricket team. But
Is that a shot at the Indian
no.
cricket?
just in history, they've had problems with
Ah.
players that have been a bit selfish, and it's not a good look when a player's doing that.
Looking at you, Sachin.
But yeah, call out everyone. Fuck you, Ravi Ashwood.
And you know what? Virat Kohli, Europe.
But
You're a bleeping bleep.
so, there's a few other games around. Don't really need to go into it too much. I'll touch on the next one because our next game is against the Saffers on Thursday night, so the day before this comes out. So they're coming off a bit of form. They've played Sri Lanka. They scored the biggest ever World Cup total of over, I think it was like 430. 3 people scored hundreds.
Jesus
It was
fuck.
a road they played on. If we played on a dust bowl, they played on a road, but they still absolutely smashed Sri Lanka. And yeah, so and we're the team that played a bit to form, so maybe we could play them out of form.
We'll find out shortly.
Hope so.
So yeah, it looks like we're going to win the World Cup, boys. I guarantee it.
The boys are on.
Can we get Stark or Cummins to bowl spin? Is my question to you, James.
Why isn't Smudge and Marnish bowling spin and taking the wickets?
Why
Is
don't we
Travis,
just
is Travis Head's hand ready yet, or is that going to be 5 games in?
why don't we just get Dan to just talk to his cousin?
Yeah.
Bowl some spin.
Pat,
Yeah, there we
look,
go.
mate.
I'll tell you what, he wasn't bowling very good pace. He bowled one that did not hit the wicket.
That's always good.
That's good.
Drop him.
It's just like Dan, actually. So crazy.
All right. Well, look. Are you going?
I was gonna say we should go down to like the cricket pitch or something and see if me and Pat have like switched like
like a like
skill
Mike.
level.
Like Mike.
Yeah, like Mike type thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, look, we'll head on to the Rugby World Cup. We'll be brief into this because the Aussies are shit.
Yeah.
So Australia needed Portugal to win by at least 8 points.
Our Portuguese brothers did so well.
Yep. We needed them to win by 8 points against Fiji in order for Australia to go through. Now, apparently, Australia and the team had like rebooked the hotel just to be safe.
Oh no.
Right. And like last minute of the game, Portugal scored a try to win. I mean, throw Australia out of the equation, but I think that might be Portugal's first ever win at the Cup. And mate, the way they celebrated was awesome. I saw that.
Chills, literal chills watching it.
Chills.
Down my spine.
It was yeah. Even the crowd, just them like crying, embracing everyone. It was like they won a grand final, but it was just a pool match against Fiji, which is so cool.
Yeah. But I suppose it speaks volumes because Fiji beat us.
Yeah.
And we're like a really good team, right?
Yeah,
Right?
it speaks volumes of Fiji. Like, how did they stepped up against us, played a very disciplined game, but then they almost lose to Georgia last week, and then they do lose to Portugal.
Yep.
Getting through on one win, they're not going to be happy. But in saying that, I back them to beat the Poms this week.
Well, that's the thing. Let's have a look. So the quarterfinals are on now. There's some awesome games coming up this week. So quarterfinal 1 is Wales versus the Argies, Argentina,
That'll
the
be a good
Pumas.
game.
That'll be a great game. The Welsh are coming off a 43-19 demolition of Georgia, and the Argies are coming off a 39-27 win over Japan. So that's going to be good. Then you've got this, mate. I'm going to say game of the quarterfinals, but wait for the last one. So listen to this: Ireland versus New Zealand. The Irish gave the Scots a thumping, 36-14, and New Zealand beat Uruguay 73.
Just on that Irish game,
Go on.
have you seen the videos going around like Facebook and TikTok stuff?
In your head.
Yeah, of the whole crowd singing "Zombie."
Yeah.
That shit gave me chills.
I hope the
That
fucking
was
Irish get pumped.
It's,
You don't know.
You don't fucking know.
so I'm parroting a stat that I heard earlier today. Haven't the Irish won like 6 of the last 8 games against the All Blacks,
Yes.
including 2 in New Zealand?
The Irish are ridiculously good at rugby. And I keep hearing this thing about Northern Hemisphere rugby just being the best at the moment, like better than the All Blacks and whatnot.
And,
So- I mean, that's a 6 a.m. Sunday game. That's watchable.
Yeah,
That's absolutely watchable.
Yeah, no,
And
it's
it-
not.
I think I'll be finding a stream because Dan Sport hasn't hit me up with a code or
yeah,
nothing.
Stansport can get fucked.
Sponsor
So-
us, Stan Sport.
I don't think I'll be waking up after Saturday night at 6 a.m.
I'll be at work. So
Who
yeah,
said I was going to sleep?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Hey, have you got
But
work on Sunday, Brendan?
I will be working.
Oof.
now you've got England versus Fiji in the other quarterfinal. Fiji obviously losing to Portugal 24-23. The Poms barely scraping through against Samoa 18. Now here's the other game of the quarterfinal. France versus South Africa. 2 favourites.
The heavyweights.
The heavyweights. When I say favourites, France and South Africa are $4, Ireland's 4. Quite close. But that is going to be some must-watch.
These 2 games could easily have been the final had things gone a little different.
100%. It's going to be very interesting. You know, we might get an Ireland versus France, Ireland versus South.
Also, just fuck the Northern Hemisphere. Fiji,
Sure,
Fiji,
sure.
MOB.
NZ,
I'm an All Black now.
Southers.
Kia ora te whānau.
Now, on to the boxing. Now, Brandon, I know this is a big talking point for you, mate.
Yeah.
Now, I can see how excited you
I
are.
am very excited.
Tim Tszyu versus Brian Mendoza. So, you want to give us a little breakdown?
The Dozer. So you got
You think?
Kim Tszyu, current WBO champion. He was
Undefeated.
elevated to that, undefeated as well. Elevated to that because Jermell Charlo fought Canelo and lost pretty badly.
He went running.
But Tzsyu's versus Mendoza. Now Mendoza's last 2 fights, he's been the underdog versus some pretty good fighters on also win streaks. And he's just got a heavy hand. He's won by TKO both times, like knocking his opponents out, basically. And that's the worrying part for Tszyu. But as we know, Timmy Tszyu is one of the best boxers in his weight division. And I can't see him losing this one, to be honest. He should piece him apart.
Timmy Tszyu is coming for you.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And then next to, well, he's even talked about just going, you know what, fuck Jermell Charlo. Just keep going for the big fights as well. So
Well, who would he fight next?
he's talked about...
Don't say Jamal Crawford or
Yeah,
Oh my
Terrence Crawford.
Terrence.
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford. Jamal Crawford's a basketball
He's
player.
talked
Talk
about
about Terrence
him.
going
He's talked
up.
about Canelo.
Terrence Crawford's a fucking weapon.
Although I just see like the next fight is him versus Charlo if they agree to terms and he stops ducking and yeah.
Ducking.
But I'm looking forward to this fight because I think Tszyu puts on a bit of a masterclass, shows why he's the best.
I can't wait to illegally stream this.
Yeah,
Is this
100%.
Sunday, Arvo?
It would
Or
be.
is-
It would be.
Nice. There's other boxing fights on this weekend.
Yeah, I
but-
think
Also,
the others
the
is
Simpsons
fighting soon as
fans. Mendoza!
That's all the boxing that's happening this weekend because you talk about athletes and not streamers.
well.
Hey, Tommy Fury's an athlete.
Oh, is it that one?
Yeah,
That's
Tommy
Who's he
Fury
fighting?
versus KSI.
Oh,
Oh, Tommy
Well,
Fury's going to jab his face
Yeah,
off.
Tommy Fury's gonna fuck him up, but still.
Tommy Fury's going to jab his face off. Now, look, guys. Was this morning or yesterday? The marathon world record broken by Kelvin Kiptum. I wish I knew the nationality of this man, but this was
a
I'm
Kenyan. I'm
a Kenyan.
Kenyan?
Yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah.
I was about to say I don't want to be racist and get it wrong, but it's probably Kenyan.
yeah.
Oh.
Look. Yes, but he
He had a
broke
Kenyan
the
flag.
marathon.
I'm pretty sure after the.
Yes, he is Kenyan.
Okay, so
yes.
Kenyan, cool. Well, he broke the marathon world record time. So how many kilometers is that?
42.2.
42.2 in 2 hours and 35 minutes, which is
Seconds. 2 hours and 35 seconds.
2 hours and 35 seconds.
He beat
sorry.
the last one, like it was, I think, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So yeah, he beat
By
it by
2
like
minutes,
a
yeah.
minute and a half. Like beat the record.
Which is ridiculous. So do you guys have the rate per K? It was
it was about 4 minute 30 splits.
That's
The
fucking
bloke's only
ridiculous.
23 years old as well, which is scary for future marathon records.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy's
Olympic Games, whatnot is
at his helm.
Yep.
And feel bad for the other bloke. I mean, he was 40 years old, and I don't think he's got any.
yeah, he won't be winning.
gold
He won't be
prodding.
winning that back.
Yeah.
Get on the EPOs, but yeah, fantastic result for Kelvin Kipton. Can't
The
wait.
2 hour mark could be in danger.
Yeah, well, come Olympics is next year, boys.
Ooh.
It's in about 8 months. So
Imagine doing a 4 minute 30 kilometer.
I couldn't imagine, mate. Sometimes if I sit in traffic, I don't go that fast in a kilometre.
I'd have to like sprint full on, all out to get to that.
Mate,
and then you'd be
that's what he's
gassed.
doing. That's what he's doing.
Speaking, I remember
Ridiculous.
being a young kid, well, not that young, like 16 or whatever, and you could run about 5Ks in 30 minutes. And that was a pretty good time. But imagine doing faster than that and just keep going.
For 42 Ks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it must have been
ridiculous.
nice to be able to do that when you were 16.
Yeah, well, look, Dan. Some of us decided to run and not eat, so
I'm sure you hold some of those records.
you can eat a sausage and a pie faster than us, dude. So don't stress.
Faster,
Awkward silence.
faster than Kelvin Kipton.
That's right. All right, we'll go on to the listener question now. For some reason, these blokes can't get off the NRL topic here. So Matty C has asked, question for all going into the 2023 season. What
I think
position?
it's meant to say 2024.
Yeah, that's right. What position do you see as the weakest in your team? Now, he doesn't specify what sport. So, go on. So, what team do you want to pick, Dan?
I'll go the Sydney Swans.
Okay, what do you reckon?
I have no fucking clue.
cool.
No, I'll go with the Dragons, obviously. That's what, obviously, Matty C is talking about the NRL.
Oh, I can't be too sure, but go on.
Yeah, I can't be sure.
I'll go with the Dragons. I think our halves.
Okay, so
Your halves? Okay.
give us the reason why your halves.
I think like all the shit that happened with Ben Hunt this year is still just going to doom over the club, and then like during this year we had like so many people like in and out of his halves partner, and it will just be the same next year, I reckon.
That's not.
Okay, fair enough. Now, what position do you see as the weakest in your team,
So my
Brandon?
team is the one-day international Australia. So the World Cup
What do
team.
you think, mate?
I think the spinners are
are.
really weak. So it's tough. I think we should have got more, but it's all down to your boy Zamp.
My boy, Justice for Zamps.
But no, if we're talking NRL, which I think Matty C has alluded to, but I would say
Maybe a decent
that
halfback.
left centre is our weakest position, and I've said it all of last year as well. This year, I think we just need to get someone who can be a centre, like who's an out and out centre. Yeah, that's my opinion. James.
Fair enough. How about you, James?
In my team, the men's national Japanese volleyball, I'm a bit worried about our libero.
Yeah.
So I think, I'm hoping there's a young kid coming through the systems, but yeah, I just don't know. I'm just worried about it. Other than that, for Parramatta Eels, it could be about NRL. I'm just not too sure. I would say centre. We're missing at least one strike centre to pair Penasini.
What do you mean? Wonga Blake is a great player.
Wonga Blake is off contract. I don't think he's signed at all.
There you go. Now, realistically, I think the West Coast Eagles need to draft the number one draft pick, Harley Reid from the Bendigo Pioneers. This kid apparently has so much potential. I've actually been seeing him on TikTok. I've been seeing him on TikTok for about 18 months. No joke. The bloke's a weapon. So if the West Coast Eagles can sign him to our midfield, I think we'll be well.
Reach out, West Coast Eagles.
But I'm genuinely a West Coast fan too. That's
I
no
know.
piss take.
It's so good that you started West.
But Yeah, when it comes to the West Tigers, what position do we see as the weakest? Probably 17th on the ladder. So that's pretty fucking piss weak.
I just want to say, did you just have that all like thought about before this question?
No.
I know Harley Reid is like the number one draft pick, and he's probably going to West Coast. So.
I just went the most obscure thing I could think of, which was a Japanese men's national volleyball team.
Sport that we were talking about. So,
No, that was really good, boys. I like that.
So, Matty C, ask stupid questions, get a stupid answer.
Fuck you, Matty C.
Okay, Dan. Now, in classic fashion, he's got his guess the athlete or who am I? What have you got for us this week, mate? Take over.
Mate, I've gone back to my
trusty cards.
My trusty cards this week. You know, my favorite game. So obviously it's an NRL player, obviously. But who do I want to hit with this week? You know what, Lucas? Because you're going to be gone for 3 weeks. You're going to get hit with it.
Oh,
Give him 6.
Give it to me.
All right,
Red card.
Lucas. Who am I? I was born in Cairns in 1982. I made my NRL debut as an 18-year-old for North Queensland Cowboys in 2001. I played in the Cowboys grand final loss in 2005.
Matt Bowen. Yes!
I picked
Let's
it. I picked
go.
up the
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I reckon Matt Bowen, and then he said, "Oh, Matt Bowen."
Press the button.
Oh, whoops! Wasn't talking into the mic like an idiot.
Matty Bowen.
Too easy.
I'll just go fuck myself.
Do you have another card by any chance there?
Well, when you said Cowboys, Cairns,
Yeah.
Born in 82, I was thinking of
And it
players.
said 2001, and I'm like, okay, you know, it sounds
That
about
means you would have played
91.
05, yeah.
In the grand final. Yeah.
Dude, I remember playing the OG rugby league game on PlayStation 2 and using Matt Bowen as the Cowboys because he was so quick.
Yeah, he was
Just lapping
boy
people.
machine.
That man is a rugby league gazelle.
If he misses this, I'm a Dutch astronaut.
Good stuff there.
No, that wasn't good stuff. That was fucking abysmal.
Pick a harder card.
Maybe pick a harder category and not NRL next time, mate.
Yeah, mate. When you come back, I'll have a good one for you. All right.
All right, done. A whole
There's a
lot
lot
of
of
pressure.
pressure. A lot of pressure.
Lock it in.
Lock it in, Eddie. All right. So, guys, there is still a bit of NRL talk going. Now, it might not be, NRL, the sport of rugby league and the athletes in there for sure. Had some the NRL boxing over the weekend. What was it? The battle
Yeah,
on the reef.
The roof.
Now, guys, Regan Campbell-Gillard defeats Jason Taumalolo via split decision. I saw this fight. Now, mate, Campbell-Gillard, that first round looked fantastic, but he did sort of seem to gas out. What was your opinion?
Yeah, he looks like a boxer, like in that first round. Like he had the movements, he seemed agile, but as you said, just hit a bit of a wall. It's the lightest he's been in. He said like at least 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, like, and he still looked massive.
Yeah.
So that could have also had an effect. Like although you're fit and you're losing weight, can sort of drain you a bit.
Yep.
And good fight, I guess.
Good fight, yeah.
Well, let me tell you, any man with a mo like that is going to be able to fight, and he showed it.
It's true.
He beat up on the Queensland small forward named Jason Taumalolo.
Now, did you watch the fights illegally?
I watched a couple of them.
Couple of highlights here and there.
Yeah.
Highlights.
Highlights. Okay. Now, look, Nelson Asafa Solomona defeating Jared Wallace by round 3 TKO. Yeah, look,
Ouch.
I mean, how old's Jared Wallace?
Yeah, mental age of 4 now.
Yeah, or 75.
Probably
One of
got
the
like
two.
4 teeth as well now.
Yeah, look, that
He's
that
32.
wasn't great.
32.
He's 32. And how old's Nas? Probably the same age.
Nah, Nas is
It'd be what I
younger.
was saying, maybe.
Yeah, maybe 27, 28.
Really?
Nas is 27.
Fucking
Good.
hell. Yeah, well, whoever decided to be the matchmaking in that one, you done fucked up.
Early retirement for Jared Wallace, HIA.
Yeah, you guys think Jared Wallace running at someone, 20 games a year for 10 years is bad? Stepping in there against the Asafa Solomona was probably worse for him. That's all.
Like, what if Nas dedicated some time to boxing? That
That is
knockout power.
Scary.
Look, I think he'd get really tired really quickly, but like you said, the knockout power.
I heard him say, I don't know if it was before or after the fight, he's actually been training like half the year, like in
You should
boxing.
get in the ring against Tyson Fury.
Or Francis
A couple of tall boys who can hit harder, Francis or fucking Nas. But
That would be interesting.
yeah, look, it was quite a one-sided fight, that one.
Everyone knew what was going to happen before the fight, and it played out that way. So.
That's right. Now, guys, Tavita Pangai, for a bloke that quit his NRL career to be a boxer and halfback, that was a fucking shocking way to start off. I don't think he won that fight.
I don't even know who the opponent was. Like,
A part-time footballer, part-time boxer.
yeah, I've never heard of him.
One judge had it as a draw.
Yeah, look, I'd probably give it a draw.
Who had it for Tavita, but yeah, it was pretty average.
Yeah, if that bloke wants to be a world champ in boxing, he should get practice.
I think he called him out to fight him again, Tavita, because he probably knew that he didn't win.
Well, that's I saw him say like he might turn into the next man. Massive.
Yeah, but at least Mundine had the ability to back it up,
Yeah,
whether
for
it be
sure,
in
for
league
sure.
or boxing.
Yeah.
Pangai sort of hasn't done.
I give it here, everyone. I will put it to it that he will be in the NRL within like the first 3 or 4 weeks, and it'll be the Dolphins.
You reckon that soon?
Yeah, 100%.
I was going to say like around 15 or
I
something.
reckon Wayne
but
Bennett's already hitting him up after this fight, going, mate, you
That
surely
was
don't think that's your
fucking
career.
shit.
I need a replacement for Jared Wallace because he's retired.
He's just lost his brain and teeth.
Well, and then guys, in the beatdown of the round, Junior Paulo murdered an old man.
I thought this would have been closer. Like Hennett had shown some decent fighting against Gallen after he fought Hodges, and then when he fought Hodges, he looked all right. But like Paulo's,
Beat the piss out of him.
Yeah, was it Dan that had Paulo as one of the scariest guys in rugby league?
Yeah.
He showed it.
Yeah, definitely.
He
Bro,
just looks so nice.
those fucking tattoos just make him look fucking scary.
How lean did he look
Like-
as well? Like
Yeah.
I don't know how they didn't think maybe Paulo versus
Nas.
Nas may have been
Maybe the height
better,
difference.
just a better one.
Well, there was still a height difference with him and
Yeah.
Matty Wallace.
But like Paulo's actually, he's had fights before
Yeah,
against
yeah.
Gallen, against other people, but yeah, no, it was this fight
RCG
again.
versus Paulo, anyone?
Oh,
That would be a mean fight,
that-
like the
we-
two power forwards.
yeah, I can't imagine Brad
Arthur
Arthur
signing
being
that up.
happy about that.
Me and James said, does this mean Parramatta have the scariest forwards in the competition?
It could quite be the case.
Like,
Yeah.
And like, we just actually got to start intimidating forward packs differently to what we were trying because we don't hit hard enough in defense. But what if we hit hard enough on offense?
Just start wearing boxing gloves out to the field.
Not to mention the ogre you have in your team as well.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, big
We're
Shrek.
Greg.
what if Greg starts fighting
Bit
as
of
well?
And then you had I don't even want to hate this bloke, Justin Hodge. They pull Matt Cooper in off the streets for this. What?
I think he has his
Anyone?
own gym or something. So
Matt Cooper?
yeah, I
Bloke's
feel like
always
he's
been
Been training UFC
Yeah.
since, but
Has he?
But
He
yeah,
always trained in UFC after footy.
Deleuze
Trained
Hodges
in
were-
UFC. Tell me how someone trains in UFC.
In
they
MMA.
don't get a belt in anything.
I'm a black belt in UFC.
But did you see who he called out after it? He wants
Hodges?
to fight SBW for his last fight, and I'm all for it because I want to see him get knocked
You
out.
45-year-old man. Guys, now this is possibly the saddest news that I've had in the last
Is
2
it
days.
that Brandon misspelt the name or?
Yeah, James Roby.
I don't know who James Ruby is.
They
Ja-
said Ruby, I'm sure.
I said Roby.
Ah, fuck.
James Roby retires from the Super League. 551 first grade games, 38 international games, 6 premierships, 4 Challenge Cups, and 1 Man of Steel,
Mate.
which is the equivalent of not being able to play halfback at the West Tigers. So,
I feel like this bloke's been playing since I was born. I'm not going to lie.
The
who the
English Cam
fuck is
Smith.
James Roby?
The English Cam Smith.
The hooker?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course he is.
he's
Imagine
like the
put-
English, like one of the best English players.
Imagine that 550 games in the middle.
Kevin Sinfield's way better, bro.
He comes out at like, what was he, like 36, 37, beats Penrith earlier this year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Dominated him as well.
And Mitchell Pearce wrote his final farewell.
Wrote his farewell.
Fuck you, Piercy.
Fuck that guy.
Could have been 7 premierships.
Not anymore. No, that's congratulations on a fantastic career for Jamie
Cheers,
Roby.
bloke.
That is absolutely awesome. Cheers.
Roby.
Now, look, guys, Parramatta signs Kelma Olakawatu.
I was gonna say, are you sure they signed Kelma?
Amole Tuolagi.
Look, I mean, you obviously signed Kelma Tuolangi, and they posted a photo of Olakawatu. Now, your face seeing Olakawatu in a Para jersey, you would have been. Imagine if you signed Olakawatu.
A very confused but hard boner. Because I was like, did we somehow sign Amole?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's just happened here?
Yeah.
And then, I realized it was actually a post on a meme page saying, look what Parramatta's just done.
But that's 3 clubs in 3 seasons for Kelma. He had a lot of promise going over to Manly.
I hear that he's got defensive issues. I hadn't seen too much of it. I just thought this year he had a bit of an injury issue.
No, he had some defense with the Tigers as well. I can absolutely attest to that.
It'll fit in with Parramatta because we league points like no another.
If
That's
anyone
true.
can fix him, Brad Arthur can.
Arthur loves his average second rowers to turn the
He
best.
loves taking him to his man cave, his tool shop, and just fixing up an old player like a cart rider, Isaiah Papali'i, now superstar at the Tigers.
Absolute weapon. Made 6 meters all.
I can see-
Nah, ice is
I
good.
can see Kelma going well outside at which side he's on. Like if he's on DB.
I reckon he goes and pairs with Moses because as good as Cartwright's been, he probably played better when he was on the left, even though that's Sean Lane's side.
Party.
Moses really liked having ice paps running those hard lines.
Yeah.
So I think that's what the idea, get someone to replace that.
Guys, the Pacific Tests are on the weekend.
Ooh, such a big weekend of sport, eh?
It's
Love it.
a large weekend of
Huge.
sport. The Cook Islands versus Papua New Guinea. PNG will take the dub here. I would suggest.
You'd imagine.
You'd
You'd imagine?
So.
Kyle Iro has anything to say about it.
Is he over the Cook Islands?
Yeah, Newtown.
Well, so does
Newtown legend.
Stafford Toa. So that's game 1, and then game 2 is Australia versus Samoa. So
Yeah.
a couple of good games there, guys. Obviously, televised on Fox Sports, I would say.
Yep.
Any particular matchups you guys are interested in for those games?
Samoa, it's a World Cup final rematch.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose that's true, isn't it? Critter's 5'8", isn't he?
Yeah.
How's that going to be?
Yeah.
What do you expect there?
Arms are definitely depleted with Samoa. Obviously, Jerome Luai, shoulder, can't play. I found it very...
Toa, is it? The other...
Dejan Arce.
Dejan Marston.
The mustard.
It is quite weird that they put Ronald Volkman as number 17. He's in the team, he's on the bench, but I don't see why Crichton gets the 5'8" over having 2 players who could play half.
Yeah.
In a big match. It just seems weird.
Volkman and RC are both reserve grade halves that can play a bit of first grade when needed. Really, they're around the same skill level, and I reckon Volkman's more of a halfback.
Yeah. And I thought RC's more of 5'8", so it kind of would have worked pretty well. I don't know.
Honestly, I'd prefer Crichton in the centres over Young Tonopea.
Probably.
Then you have Penrith centres and one of their wingers.
You know what
Tango on the other one?
Yeah, Tungo's the other one.
I'm
And then
interested for is Toto versus Dylan Edwards on the wing.
Yeah.
How's that?
That'll be good.
Yeah.
A bit of height difference there.
Yeah. Size difference?
Did Edwards play wing at all?
he
Growing?
started at Penrith at wing.
Did he?
I'm pretty
I'm actually
sure.
really interested to see him play there because
Origin.
Yeah, imagine Toto and Edwards on the wings in Origin, just fucking running for 600 meters combined.
Yeah.
I know. I feel sad for my man Addo Carr, right?
I don't feel sorry for him.
He did get into a fight, right? But
Did
how
he-
does Valentine Holmes get 1 week for doing a practical joke of having a bag of cocaine in
No,
allegedly.
mate.
Alleged.
It's a bag of sugar.
And
I'm
Addo
sitting in
Carr.
here. How do we know that was cocaine?
Could have been any white powder.
His eyes are always that dilated.
And his face is always that swollen.
That's right.
No, but yeah, Addo Carr gets in a fight after he got knocked out in the game.
Did he get like KO'd from a punch? Or?
Yeah, in the game, got punched and then
That's
knocked
funny
out,
as.
and then retaliated.
Let's go back.
Let's trot. And yeah, no. But 2 weeks, probably a fair, but I just don't get how Valentine Holmes only got one. So he's allowed to play like in the next game. So is what it is. But
Yeah, I can't believe Valentine Holmes only got 1 week as well.
Yeah.
But here we are.
in saying that, hats off, like Dylan Edwards deserves an Australian spot. So
Absolutely, he does. Yeah, you can't be too mad with that.
and no, you know who else deserves an Australian spot?
Now, hold on a second. Before we go any further,
Meat is whack.
Oh, that's right. Moses is injured. I was
yeah,
so confused
Moses
all
is
week.
injured. Daly Cherry Evans is out walking his dog at the time.
No, I think Cherry Evans starts, but he's just come in to be bitch boy.
So Luke Brooks is walking his dog at the time.
Yeah.
Like, Nico Hines has been brought in for Nathan Cleary. Now, Australia are obviously the best team in the world, so Nico Hines is going to look fantastic being behind a dominant team because he can't do it when the going gets tough. Brandon, over to you.
So you're saying a good player will look good in a good team? Yeah, no, that makes sense. Look, Nico Hines deserves it. He third in the Dally M's. Absolute weapon of a player. Dally M first year of halfback, second year third place Dally M. The only bloke who can replace
Sean
Nathan
Johnson should be there.
The only bloke who can replace Nathan Cleary is Nico Hines, and that is said by Mal Meninga. Like, that's not me saying it. That's
Okay.
Mal Meninga.
Let me tell you something here. If Nico Hines ever has a game like Nathan, I'm not a Nathan Cleary lover by any means. If Nico Hines ever in his career has a game like Nathan Cleary did in the grand final, and you know brings his team back from the death almost single-handedly, I would suck my own dick on Facebook Live.
Oh, yeah. How about a Nico Hines tattoo as well? Like a Nico.
Oh, mate, a tattoo's on me for life, mate. Me sucking myself off.
That's not for life, though. Yeah, okay, cool.
Well, that was a skill that you could keep for life.
Mate, Lucas, you wouldn't need to get married this weekend if you could do that.
Look, here we are.
Anyway, Nico Hines is the best player in the world.
Fucking hell.
Okay, guys, we are on to the couch commentators' best bets for the upcoming weekend of sport and racing. Because my one is going to be at short odds once again, I'm going to look to 2 for the week. But first up, we've got for Lucas's top tip, Saturday, 5:50 p.m, the last race at Caulfield. Western Australian superstar mare Amelia's Jewel is going around in the 2-rack handicap carrying 56 kilograms. She started at $2, has come in a bit shorter now, which is why I'm going to go for a second horse as well. But Amelia's Jewel to win the 2-rack handicap, guys, with a leg in the air. She will prove once again to be the best horse in Australia in a few weeks' time, and she's well on her way to that.
Yeah.
Dan's decision, what have you got for us, mate?
Mate, look, going for the 3-peat this week. So, Double doesn't have the odds up for the Australia, for the international games. So, I'm using another betting agency right now. So, I've got Australia to win 13 plus, and then Selwyn Cobbo and the Hammer to score a try.
Ooh.
Odds, please.
Paying a juicy $3.60.
We'll take it. A dub's a dub.
dub.
Dan's dopey decision where he would have gone for, that, but then like 47 different try
Somehow
scores.
had Addo Carr in there.
Ben Hunt, man of the match. Ben Hunt, hat-trick.
That's right. Leachy's lock. Jim's jam. Not just yet.
I've got a Jim's Jam.
Oh, Jim's jam.
I teased you before we started recording that it might be a bit different here.
He
It's rah-rah. We're going the All Blacks.
Oh,
Upset.
hello.
They're paying around the $2 mark.
Against the Irish.
I think history will repeat itself. The Irish have never got out of the first week of the semis in the World Cup. And like, is there a team in the World Cup that gets World Cups more than the All Blacks?
That's a good question. And the Irish are notorious chokers at anything they do.
Yes. So give me $2 odds. I'll take it.
Bang, bang. Brandon, nothing yet?
Leachy's lock this week.
Oh,
The Everest. I picked it last year. Giga kick. Guess what? Think About It is going to win the race, and you're going to be happy with it, punters. Back it. Leachy's lock. Bang.
now, guys, our horse racing anytime win/place get up will come to you later this week. Anything you want to add, gentlemen?
When we're doing the first 4 for that thing,
Yeah.
for our multi,
A horse racing multi.
Bro, that first fall paying $6 trillion.
And that's going to win.
We can put a cheeky couple
We
bucks
might
on
do
it.
a horse racing multi as
We've
well.
got to
Yeah.
have like a throughout the.
We'll add
I'm
it.
definitely going a place this week.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Kovalika's running. Kovalika, $3 a place.
Place.
I'd fucking jump all over it.
Kovalika.
Guys, thank you for joining us this week. Make sure you follow all of our social medias. That will be in the video below. Take care. Happy punting. We'll see you next time.
Gamble responsibly.